Alright everyone, so this is something we're going to be doing new on my channel, and that is visual novels. So I got a sky full of stars. Yay, I love stars, as you all know. If you've seen my Cookbook Play videos, my Tales Runner videos, or even Love Live where I talk about Kanan and her love for stargazing. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to get the best girl. We're going to find her and hopefully marry her or something. So let's do this. This train is the Milky Way Railroad Observatory. Oh man, I began the game. Phone's ringing. Yeah, this is Akito.
Akito, 外見て外。
Rubbing the sleep from my eyes, I opened the foggy window, and when the cold breeze blew in and touched my face, it sent a chill down my spine. Kire. But when I saw the stars twinkling outside, I snapped wide awake.
行こう。
Yeah!
こんな時間からどこへ行く?
Well, Hikari and I and Jana. I rushed off, pedaling my bike with all my strength, and found Hikari waiting at the usual bridge. She was running around in circles like a dog chasing its own tail. This is the childhood one. When I went to look at the website, it showed two different versions of each girl, so, and it was the older and the younger version. So, yeah. As she yelled, her breath came out in clouds of white. That's some fine attention to detail you got there, dude. Where's Saya? That's a weird thing to say, she's still not here. Oh god, it's a weave stream. Welcome to the weave stream. We're all having Anime Wars, Waifu Edition. Welcome. If we don't hurry, the sun will come up on us. I got worried and looked to the eastern sky, but it was still so dark. I never would have known. It was almost dawn if she hadn't said so. Wow, that's so erotic. Is that the game of the goose or duck? No, that's Hateful Boyfriend. I'll do that later. Hop on. How lewd. Shouldn't do that, Saya. We put our stuff in the basket, and Saya climbed into the cargo rack. Then Hikari climbed on as well, holding onto Saya from behind. Hikari squeezed Saya even closer to me, even though she was already pressed into my back. Yeah! I put my feet on the pedals and guided my bike across the bridge onto the dark mountain road beyond. We suddenly picked up speed and went flying through the wind. The wind was so frigid on our faces. It was more than cold. It was painful. Saya, press your face into my back. With the weight of 3 people, the bike was too heavy to keep climbing the hill with its rough, broken asphalt. As the slope got steeper, I lost more and more power. Hikari, help me out. As we slowed down, Hikari jumped off the back, grabbed the cargo rack, and started pushing. Oh, that one. No, that's not it. Ironically, his name was Hato. Hatoful, yeah. Saya, hold on tight. There was some Hoshidora game, I know it was that at least. With a burst of added speed, our bike left the mountain road and passed through an overgrown meadow, heading into the middle of the forest. When the trail finally became too much for the bike, we threw it aside and set out on foot. And soon, the forest gave way too. This is the main theme, guys. You can hear it a lot. A large black silhouette resting quietly in the dark as if it were a sleeping beast. It was a train car. We were at a train station clinging to the mountain slope. It felt deserted, but not only because it was so early. No one used the station anymore. It was totally abandoned. Hikari climbed up onto the roof of the decommissioned train car, standing at the platform. Saya finally made it out of the forest trail and approached the platform. Come on, take my hand. I gave Saya a hand since she couldn't climb up on her own. Watch where you step. Hikari grabbed Saya's hand from above as she lost her footing almost immediately. With our help, Saya finally climbed onto the roof and I followed after her. What do you think, Hikari? While she waited for me to climb up, Hikari scanned the horizon. From up here, our field of view was wide open and we could see all the way to the distant sea. However, to the naked eye, the sky was still as dark as midnight. It was hard to make out the sea from the sky. Even so, the sky was clear and countless tiny points of light twinkled above. Hikari was searching for the morning star among them. Which one? In the eastern sky, just above the horizon, the crescent moon drew its slender arc. Just next to it, shining with a light unmatched even by the sky's only fixed star, Sirius, was a single bright point. We spread out our equipment and quickly started getting ready. Don't rush us! The should put more emotion into this. We set up the tripod in the stand. Next, with practiced hands, we assembled the telescope. It wasn't difficult when we finished. I pointed the telescope at the star we had just looked at and looked through the finder scope. I centered it on that shining heavenly body. Then I looked through the eyepiece. Aw man, guys, look at this fine artwork. It's so erotic, the telescope. However, I didn't see the object in my field of vision. It was because the finder scope optical axis wasn't aligned. I would just have to rely on my own senses to hone in on the heavenly body. It's waning. There it is. Venus.
どれ見せて。
Hold on. I changed out the lens to increase the magnification and adjusted the focus. The blurry figure of Venus leaped into clarity. That's definitely Venus, and it's waning. It's so bright.
見せてよ。
Oh, hush. Here you go.
きれい。会いたかったよ。私のヴィーナス様。ねえ、私も。ちょっと待って、順番でしょ。ずるいよ、光。
It always starts from here. After we took turns looking through the telescope, I opened our notebook and handed it to Saya. While Hikari held the flashlight for her, Saya drew a sketch of Venus. In star observation, you don't just stop after viewing an object once. You have to note how the object moves, how it looks, how it changes, or doesn't change. You keep records over days, over weeks. This book was our planetary observation journal. You would never know without looking through a telescope. But Venus waxed and waned like the moon. Its apparent size could change sixfold. Its location in the sky also changes, so there were times where you couldn't see it at all. Oh god, not in the now everyone will know you're a weeb. Aw man, the secret's out, guys. Shoot. We kept a record for ages, but lately we hadn't been able to see the planets due to rain and clouds. It's been 2 weeks since our last entry. Very soon, Venus would begin rising later and later, and it would be difficult to see. So that's why we had to hurry today. The forecast for this morning had been overcast again, so I'd given up, setting my alarm for the usual time and went to bed. Yes, I know. Yeah, whatever, people can figure it out themselves. But for whatever reason, Hikari ignored the forecast and woke up early. We owed her big time.
お月様みたいだね。
It looks like oh, I don't know why I was reading that. Looking through the telescope, Venus was so bright it was almost blinding, and was waning like the moon. Saya drew the shape carefully. As she did, the sky gradually began to lighten. It was dawn.
寒い。
It was 6 in the morning, the coldest part of the day. It was so cold, even the slightest breeze felt like it was freezing you. The 3 of us huddled together to fight the cold.
ねえ、私チョコ持ってるよ。
And I brought some bread for breakfast.
ね、温かいココア入れてきたの。
We shared our food and looked over our observation notes. There are entries showing Venus in full, as well as it waning, with the dates entered. Later, we'd color in today's entry and write down anything we observed. Today's entry, Venus in rendezvous with the crescent moon, was a wonderful addition to our observations.
こうやって見るとちっちゃな点なのに望遠鏡だとお月様みたいに見えるんだね。
Back. Eat well, and yes, we're doing anime girls.
不思議だね。
When you take time to observe, you can take notice to the wonders around you. And there are also puzzles to solve. Mercury and Venus wax and wane like the moon. That's because those two planets orbit closer to the sun than the Earth does. Changes in the way the sun's light shines on them makes it look like they are waxing and waning. They are always near the sun, rising at dawn and setting at dusk. That's why you can't see these two planets in the middle of the night. Even as the deep indigo of the winter sky began to lighten, Venus still shone brilliantly there. That's why it's so often called the morning star. It announces the dawn. Shining serenely in the morning sky as it does, even without a telescope, it was beautiful. Yet, as brilliantly as it shines, when the sun comes up, it would surely fade into the greater light, like all the other stars. Our observation journal is almost done. On other pages we had sketches of Mars, Jupiter and its moons, and Saturn's rings. We'd even written about the other planets, the ones that look like tiny dots even in the telescope that we researched in the library.
諸君、1年間の観測ミッションお疲れ様でした。あとはこれをレポートにまとめるだけだね。
Just a little more work and our grand project would be finished. It was a little premature, but a huge feeling of accomplishment grew within me, and soon I felt warm enough to forget the cold. Oh no. CGI. Ah. Hikari suddenly stood up and pointed at the brightening horizon.
この列車は空を行く銀河鉄道天文台。太陽系を征服しても我ら3人の旅はまだまだ終わらない。さあ、銀河の謎を解き明かすべく次なる目的地へ向かおう。
Saya clapped her hands happily. I stared up, awestruck at Hikari's face, illuminated in the dim light of dawn, and felt a sense of hope. Right! I felt we could go anywhere. We could solve the mysteries of outer space. I felt like we could reach out our hands and catch the stars. The three of us, as long as Hikari is here. We gotta actually move the way, right? "20 minutes in and we finally get here, guys. Miyagate Goran Yozora no Hoshibo." Junin omae. Oh no, Grimm's dying in the background. He's dead. Hurry up, Sky. Come on, Sky, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. I turned off my alarm and lay there for a while. Then I crawled out of my sleeping bag and poked my face out of the tent to have a look around. The sky was shifting from black to deep blue, the stars were almost nowhere to be seen, and dawn was coming soon. Looks like I overslept a bit. The chilled air forced me awake as I boiled water on my portable gas stove. I mixed the water with the dark brown powder in my cup. The sky, free of dirt and smog, was clear at dawn and dusk. As the sun climbed over the horizon into the pure, clear sky, the colors grew in a beautiful gradation. Blech. As always, it was a sight that made my heart feel washed and clean. From my seat on the mountain peak, I had the sight all to myself while I drank my instant coffee. I will never stop loving this. I enjoyed the blissful moment as I warmed my numbed fingertips on the steaming cup. My heart, dried out and twisted from the constant rat race of daily life and studying, felt steeped in the warmth and washed clean. The only coffee on the mountaintop was instant. It didn't need any richness or deep flavor. The mountain provided that. Incidentally, I called this a mountain peak, but getting here didn't call for anything as grand as mountain climbing. It's the kind of place middle-aged folks in light clothes hike on to a weekend afternoon. You can ride a bike right up here. Even so, I was all on my own. I had the scenery and cool air all to myself. For just this moment, I could forget my daily life and all the little irritations of school and enjoy the solitude. It was the greatest, most luxurious moment of bliss. But it seems like a bit of a waste to enjoy this all alone. Even though no one was there to hear, the words tumbled out like an apology, and I picked up my smartphone. The thin plate of glass was like a symbol of daily life and relationships with the people of this planet. Aw, man, don't tell me he thinks he's from another planet. I could share this feeling with someone. The first face that popped into my mind was Takaichi's, my best friend, but I shook my head and drove him out of my mind. He's no good. He doesn't have an ounce of sensitivity. This would be wasted on him. It would just encourage his vanity. I tapped my chat app and selected Saya's name. The pre-dawn sky. I'm guessing that's the chapter. I sent her a short text along with a picture. Saya, so delicate and full of sensitivity, would surely understand the depth of my emotion. She's not answering. My text sat there, displaying the word unread. But that was a given. It wasn't even 6 in the morning. She was probably still asleep. Even though I knew why, it bothered me that she didn't answer. I shouldn't have sent the message. I guess I'll go home. I finished off my coffee, completely cold now, and stood up feeling dejected. I'm impressed that you could get some reception up there. If I could have, I would have stayed and prayed to the morning sun, but I had to get to my part-time job. I pulled myself together and started taking down my tent. So, Tome, thank you. What's this? It's a visual novel, Toastus. Welcome. You all get to weave out with me. Customers always start trickling into Sao Tome's stopping by almost as soon as it opens. Unlike more famous convenience store chains, it had a rural feel to it. Also, it was right in front of the station, so it was actually pretty convenient. Oh man, convenience. Oh man, I wouldn't have guessed from a convenience store. Having said that, though, it was a tiny countryside station. Most morning customers were students, adults on the way to work, or old-timers stopping to buy breakfast during their morning walk. Don't feel disgusted at visual novels, please. Always the same faces. That's 142 yen and change. Thanks for stopping by. when the customers let up, I had a chance to take a breath. And then I suddenly heard the excited voice of a barking dog coming from outside. That did not sound like a dog. It sounded like someone was barking. Like, woof, 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 woof. That's what it sounded like, honestly. Oh, she came. Let me guess, it's Hikari. Nope, it's Saya. I got to change from a dog to Shiba Inu. I went out to look and was met with the same old scene. That is, a sheep standing on its hind legs, wagging its tail and straining its lead to the limit. And in front of him, her brow furrowed in deep consternation, stood a girl in their school uniform. It was an odd scene, but taken as a picture, it was actually quite pleasant. The girl had the kind of beauty you'd usually see in commercials. Her face was perfectly laid out, her figure was slim and elegant, and her hair shone under the morning sun. Gonna make sure you remember this in Japan, yep. All of which made the archetype of the beautiful schoolgirl. Of course, what was most striking about her was something else. Her eyes! Her eyes! I got it, guys, it's her eyes! Deuteronomia, motherfuckers. Yeah, I knew it. Oh, man. Brownie point for me. It was her eyes. Her left eye and right eye were different colors. One was an intense blue, and the other orange, tinged with amber. Those beautiful, jewel-like, multicolored eyes were now tearing up. It just seriously sounds like a person just barking. At first glance, it seemed like the girl was crying because she was surprised at the Shiba's excitement, but actually it was something else. The girl seemed to reach out her hand, then retracted it, but then reached out again. The dog, seeing this, sensed something was about to happen and got more excited, whipping his tail back and forth and barking happily. A mixed better waifu. Heterochromia or blue hair? Blue hair, obviously. Blue hair, waifu, master race, represent. Yeah. She couldn't bear it anymore. The girl with multicolored eyes reached out to pet the Shiba's head. Stop, Saya. Her hand had stopped just in time. You know how this ends, right? What'll happen if you play with him? That's what you said last time, but you couldn't help it, and who ended up crying then? It was shedding season. Shiba's fur was in the middle of regrowing and was shedding a ton. To clean her fur-covered uniform last time, she'd had to buy a lint roller from us and really work on it. Oh, his name is Kotaro? Kotaro the Shiba reached out his nose and carefully sniffed at the girl's outstretched hand. Saya just stared at Kotaro with teary, jewel-like eyes. Koti, I'm guessing is what that's supposed to be. Tup tup tup. Close to tears, Saya waved regretfully as Kotaro rushed into the store. It had all the drama of a scene in some old movie where a mother had to give up her own child because the family is too poor. But then... What the? She tripped and did a perfect headfirst slide into the carpet in front of our shop. And then a shadow appeared over her. Oh man, I love this artwork right here. Look at that guy, look at that tongue. It's so beautiful. Kotaro, having finally succeeded in breaking the clip on his leash, leapt into Saya with joyful energy. How lewd. Hey, Kotaro, cut that out. Okay, raise your arms. Kotaro had his way of Saya until I dragged him off his leash. And thanks to him, I was now cleaning Saya's fur-covered uniform with a lint roller. Leaving it here last time had been the right decision. This is partly your fault, you know, getting him worked up like that.
だって
Kotaro is usually really shy and timid, but if someone he liked came along, he'd wag his tail and want to play. Especially when it was Saya, who he loved more than his master for ages. Whatever the case, he was a clever, easy-to-train dog who was usually well-behaved. If Saya hadn't done her little, "I'm going to pet you," "No, wait, I'm not," "Okay, I will," tease, he never would have gone off like that. Did your skin your knees?
平気赤くなってるだけ
She's lucky she didn't get hurt. There's some on your butt too. How lewd.
そこは自分でやるよ
Okay. She blushed and took the roller, then twisted around to get the fur off her backside. Just then, the store manager came up front.
空ミク、もういいわよ。
Sure thing. Our part-time job is only in the morning, from opening up the store until the manager is finished with breakfast. In the back of the store, I took off my apron and changed into my uniform.
小太郎が騒いでると思ったら、やっぱりさやちゃんだったのね。
ごめんなさい
Saya blushed, and again. Whoops. Saya blushed again and hurried off to get something for lunch.
梅干しのおにぎりとクリームパン、それにコーヒー牛乳。お昼これだけでいいのかい？
はい
ダメだよ、育ち盛りなんだからもっと食べないと。おばちゃんみたいに丈夫な体になれないよ。
Saying this, she slipped the steamed pork bone into Saya's shopping bag.
あの
小太郎といつも遊んでくれるお礼だよ。
ありがとうございます
Feeling a little jealous, I got something for lunch too, and we left together. Alright then, see you later.
行ってきます
いってらっしゃい。しっかり勉強してくるんだよ。
はいアキトくん
When we left the store, Saya handed me half of the pork bun she'd just gotten. She even gave me the bigger half. Saya, you're way too nice. Stopping by pork buns are a little different from other places. They're handmade by the manager's husband and packed with a delicious feeling. They're also huge. They're even bigger than other chains' pork buns. Oh fuck me, no! God damn it, really? Bai buns are kind of famous around here.
素敵な空の写真のお礼また山に登ってたんだね
Munching on this steaming pork bun, I took out my phone, and what do you know, Saya had answered. Knowing that improved my mood, so I closed my eyes and slowly started talking. The mountain is so nice. You can feel the wonder of nature with your whole body, and it makes you feel so small. Behind my eyelids, a deep I can't pronounce it. Solemnity of the morning's view returned to life. And in the middle of that view, drinking a single cup of instant coffee is the ultimate luxury.
ふーん
I tried to tell her, but Saya's reaction was so strange, so filled with self-satisfaction that I figured I should hurry up and read her reply.
綺麗だね朝から素敵な写真ありがとう昨日お母さんがおでん作ったのまた後で持ってくね
Nikari. For real?
アキトくんの分もって多めに作ってくれたよ
Arigato, Saya-chan! Saya's family Oden, the grandeur of nature around the mountain peak of Cafe was no rival for this luxury. It really was something to look forward to. When she saw the bus coming, Saya rushed to finish off her pork bun. You better slow down, you'll burn yourself.
じゃあまたね紀藤君。
Yeah, later.
コタちゃんバイバイ。
Aw man, look at that smug ass dog. She got on the bus and said hi to the other students from her school, and waved to me from the window. One of her friends, seeing this, leered and poked her in the side, and she blushed and shook her head quickly. She probably got upset because they mistook me for her boyfriend again. No matter how often it happened, she always overreacted like it was the first time. That's Saya Amanogawa in a nutshell. When the bus was out of sight, I unlocked my bike. Guess I'd better go too. Ohayo!
ほら、空にお前なんだそのでかいカバン。学校指定のはどうした？
I was sort of camping in the mountains. I greeted my teacher and headed through the school gates. I parked my bike and went toward the buildings, but I didn't head for my homeroom. Building 2, where the culture club rooms are located, was deserted as it was still pretty early. I walked down the quiet hallway and I stopped in front of a certain door. Astronomy Club. That's what was written on the sign of that door. I took a key out of my pocket and opened the Astronomy Club room door. I feel like I could sleep through first period. Truly feeling tired, I dropped the bag that was weighing down my shoulder and looked at the clock. I had 10 minutes until homeroom. I had planned on mixing in with the sports team to get in on their post-morning training shower, but there wasn't time. I guess I'll just wash my face and brush my teeth, then head to class. I grabbed a towel and toothbrush from my desk and headed out of the room. A totally normal morning. The beginning of another day, nothing special about it. I didn't think much about it, but I figured this was likely how all my days would be. But on the other day, after school, something would happen that would bring a little variety to my daily life.